The news reaches the troll king Haldi, who orders several dozen warriors to accompany them. Several days later, they reach the realm of humans. As they approach the royal palace, they see that the bearers of the other 3 shards, chosen by nature, have also arrived. The shard of fire chose the blacksmith's son, Areg. The shard of water chose the young sorcerer, Demeter. And the shard of air chose the elf, Nain. Like Van, they had strange dreams and woke up to find elemental symbols corresponding to fire, water, and air on their bodies. King Rusa calls a meeting of representatives from all kingdoms, powerful wizards, Hayk, and his leading warriors. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss a strategy for the current situation. Nature has made its choice, indicating that evil is close. The participants discuss how they should prepare for the battle against the impending darkness. Everyone realizes that the events foretold in the prophecy will soon unfold. Hayk suggests personally training the 4 young men in the art of combat and mastering various types of weapons. Tyre, the most powerful wizard in all the kingdoms, proposes teaching them the proper ways of handling magic and sorcery. While everything sounds promising, there is one question that concerns everyone: how will they defeat the evil without the 5th element of nature, the shard of lightning? King Rusa reassures everyone, stating that it is not yet time to panic, and declares that they have ample time. He promises that they will prepare by uniting the armies of all kingdoms into a unified powerful force, the largest and strongest in history. In conclusion, he adds, "Together with the 4 chosen by nature, we will rise against the forces of evil and defeat them once and for all." The prophecy foretold that nature would make its choice when 2 worlds come closest to each other. After some time following this choice, the sky will turn red, the corridors between the evil and magical realms will open, and he will come Daggerin himself. Rusa, understanding all of this perfectly, continues, "Rusa, friends, we have little time. Let's declare a gathering in our kingdoms, summon all those capable of wielding weapons, and teach them to fight." After carefully listening to the entire assembly, Gitrin, the king of dwarves, says, "Gitrin, we will not participate in this war and will not join this alliance." Rusa, "What is the reason?" you ask. Gitrin, "We will go to our caves and wait in the underground realm until this war is over," says the king of dwarves. Haldi, the troll king, asks, "Haldi, do you think evil will forget about the existence of dwarves?" Gitrin, "I do all this to save my kingdom and all dwarves," Gitrin replies, standing up and leaving with his sons. Amara, the elf king, shouts after him, "Amara, you will deeply regret your decision. You will destroy not only your kingdom but the entire magical world." After the departure of the dwarves, tension grows in the kingdoms. Many express anger and concern, believing that without the dwarves, defeating evil will be extremely difficult. This loss becomes a significant trial for everyone. However, Rusa doesn't lose optimism and encourages everyone, stating that they will defeat evil at any cost. The fight is for their families and for the entire magical world. Active preparations begin in all kingdoms, strengthening military positions, building defensive barriers, and training everyone capable of fighting in the art of war. Let's get acquainted with the 3 other heroes chosen by nature. One of them is Areg. Areg, chosen by the element of fire, was the son of the blacksmith Tusha, who once stood beside King Raphael as one of the most loyal and powerful warriors. Tusha himself was slender, tall, and possessed supernatural strength. In one of the battles, he saved the king's life by destroying a monster but suffered a severe leg injury, preventing him from continuing to participate in the defense of the kingdoms. After this, Tusha, Areg's father, started working as a blacksmith to contribute to his kingdom in any way possible. He crafted a powerful sword resembling a real lightning with fire and named it Ketzik. Deciding to give this sword to his friend, King Raphael, Tusha expressed his loyalty and readiness to continue serving his kingdom even in a new role as a blacksmith. Tusha taught his son Areg the art of combat from a very young age. Young Areg possessed the same strength as his father and easily learned all the intricacies of martial arts. He enjoyed training and dreamed of becoming a hero like his father. However, after Tusha suffered a severe injury, Areg's perspective changed, and he decided not to participate in battles but to stay by his father's side to assist him. This continued until nature chose him. Being chosen by the element of fire, Areg, along with his father, headed to the royal palace. Demeter, chosen by the element of water, was a wandering wizard. Traveling through the kingdoms, he performed his magic on the streets, bringing joy to everyone around and earning a living in this way. Despite his whimsical nature, Demeter often slept on the streets due to a lack of money for rent. The wizard remained cheerful and happy, despite the difficulties he had faced since childhood. His mother died of a severe illness when he was very young, and a few years later, his older brother, Gore, and father, Arthur, heroically perished in a battle, becoming the stuff of legends. Everyone spoke of how, during the battle, they saved King Raphael, the wizard Tyre, and several dozen warriors who had long been besieged, trapped, and found themselves behind enemy lines. To escape from this difficult situation, they climbed a small hill and fought the enemy face to face. They resisted, trying to hold their positions until the warriors of the magical world could break through the massive enemy forces to rescue them. However, after several days of fighting, their strength began to wane. Realizing this, Arthur and his son made a decision. They gathered a large number of horses, tied several dozen wagons together, and taking their places in them, headed straight into the heart of the enemy army. Their goal was to create a path, splitting the enemy army into two parts. This is exactly what they did, creating a breach in the enemy ranks. This maneuver provided the warriors an opportunity to break through and attack the enemy from the center, dividing it into two parts. Thanks to this, the king and the others were saved. After the successful defeat of the enemy, King Raphael orders to bring the two fearless heroes to him to express gratitude and reward them for their bravery. However, he is informed that during this heroic deed, they were repeatedly struck by spears and arrows from different sides, and unfortunately, both of them died. Upon learning of this, King Raphael is deeply saddened. He embraces young Demeter and says, "I am sure you will become a fearless, strong, and honorable hero, just like your father and brother. I promise to take care of you, to be by your side until the end of my life." The king orders statues to be carved in their likeness and installed in the royal square alongside statues of other heroes. Initially, Demeter lives in the royal palace for several years, but being very free-spirited, he decides to leave the palace and become a wandering wizard. Tyre senses that great magical power is locked within Demeter, and every time he meets him, he offers to join the royal wizards and train with them. However, Demeter tells Tyre that he loves freedom and cannot live by rules, refusing the offer and preferring to go his own way.